Hello, my name is Bill Galarza, and I won 3 Winamats at the Remote Duel Extravaganzas over the weekend. I played Numeron Prank Kids. I feel like a lot of people have had this concept in the past, but I haven't really seen anybody make anything of it. So I decided I'd give it a shot. It went pretty good. I wouldn't necessarily change too much about it. There could be only one, maybe in the side deck, but we'll talk about that in a little while. So first, the hand traps. I am playing 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Gamma, 3 Impermanence, and the mandatory driver. It's pretty good. Just monster negation. Then I played 3 of each of the Prank Kids. It's pretty self-explanatory. Played for the spells. I played 2 place, 1 Pranks, 2 Pandemonium, and I guess I would also consider the set rotation and the terraforming as names for pranks as well. But I also played the 3 Forbidden Droplet. The card's, I think, absolutely mandatory, and especially this version of the build, but pretty much in any prank kid version. You just need, just being able to have a bunch of prank kids to send off of Forbidden Droplet is really good. Let's see here. The instant fusion in case I got Nibiru'd or in case there was, I can extend my plays. I played a fusion recycling plant and the polymerization. And those cards are also names for set rotation and terraforming. Just to be able to fuse, again, for the same reason if, I get stopped by a hand trap or something. It was pretty good to be able to just go for an OTK, especially for those that know the deck. Prank Kids are able to tribute their monsters off the field, their extra deck monsters, for effects. What's really good is if you end up making pretty much what the line of play for me was about every game was summon a Prank Kid, then I would go up into Doodle Doo, summon out the other Prank Kid, and then I would search Prank Kid's pranks with the Dodo Doodle Doo, and then I would send another Prank Kid monster in my hand, assuming I had one, make Rip Roar and Roaster, and blow up their back row. The extra deck, I played the 1 Butler, 2 Ride. I didn't want to play the Weather Washer just because I didn't like that I would have to summon it on my opponent's turn, and then they can continue to combo off and just break my board that way. I played the 2 Meow Meow. I didn't necessarily... maybe I missed the 3rd one, maybe once or twice the whole time I was playing, but it never really came up too much. Usually at that point you were just winning. So 2 Dodo Doodle Doo. If you're able to arrange your chain links, doing chain link 1, any of your Prank Kids that you summon to make Dodo, and then chain link 2, you activate Dodo to search any card. If they ash that target or if they stop that target, you still bring out your Prank Kid monster. Then you link them off for the 2nd Dodo, and then you tribute it to have a clear field. So that was another way that I baited a lot of negates, and I just went for an OTK because people just leave themselves open for it. So the Rip Roar and Roaster, mandatory, easiest ways. It's like pretty much your whole deck makes a Harpy's Feather Duster. It just blows up all their spells and traps, and so that's what I was doing a lot. I would do the Rip Roar and Roaster and then Numeron Network, and bam, blow up their board, and then OTK them. If not, if it didn't end up working, one of those 2 OTKs, if they still had a monster on the field, I could then link it off in main phase 2 for Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, which came in a lot. I got there was one time where I was playing in finals against a Numeron deck, and he had summoned his Numeron wall on the field after I tried to do an OTK on him. I cleared his board, and he pretty much just had that Numeron wall on the field. Main phase 2, I went and I linked off all 4 of my Numeron monsters, and I linked his monster off, and bam, Underworld Goddess, and he just couldn't come back. And then I played Infinite Track Fortress Megaclops just because that card is game against some decks. Some decks just cannot deal with it. They don't have an out. So making that in that situation, if they stop the OTK, is still pretty helpful. For the side deck, I played 3 Lancea. I didn't really side it in a whole lot this week. 1, Pankratops, best card in the extra deck. Also, it goes with the theme of tributing your monsters off the field. So it really helped to bait negations. 2 Nibiru, I don't have a third one, but even if I did, I probably wouldn't play it. I was considering cutting it just because of how this deck has to play, where you can't have a monster on your board, and I didn't really have a way to link them off into something else. Like the Nibiru monster, I didn't have a way to link it off into something, so I don't know. Maybe I might consider playing something else instead. Then I played 3 Dark Ruler No More, because you have to in this format. Harpy's Feather Duster, just for easier OTKs. I played Mystic Mine, and that card won me a lot of games. See, what happens is people will see you're playing Prank Kids and maybe might not even see the Numeron engine, because Prank Kids are good enough as it is, right? Or the opposite way, where they'll see the Numeron engine, but they won't see the Prank Kid engine. So they side for that, going game 2, and then you side in Mystic Mine, and they've sided out their outs. So it's just like 1-2 quick. And that happened a lot. I would do Prank Kids game 1, wouldn't even show them the Numeron network, just because I didn't want them to see what was going on. And then game 2, I would also bring in Mystic Mine, and that way I have set rotation and terraforming, just ways to get into it. So Mystic Mine was so good. The card should be banned. Then I played 1 Red Reboot again for those trap decks if I'm trying to do an OTK. And that's about the best card to do it with. And then I played 2 There Can Be Only One. The card is so good. It is so good. The problem is because I'm playing the Numeron network, it's kind of hard because it's a non-bow. They won't work together. And that actually cost me a game in the main event, is that I had gotten There Can Be Only One, and my opponent was having a hard time outing it. He was playing with Dolce. But I cleared my monster off the field, and I didn't. I had a Numeron network, but There Can Be Only One was on the field, so I couldn't OTK him. So it was sad times. That does it. I think the most basic combo I do to like try and draw more cards is I would try and see if I had the chance, I would always summon Fansies first. And that way, once I summon another Prank Kid, and if it goes off, then I could summon Roxy's, and then by the time I go into Dodo Doodle Doo, I would activate Roxy's Chainlink 1, Dodo Doodle Doo Chainlink 2. That way I would get cards out of the deck, thin the deck, to see if I could draw either a set rotation, terraforming, or the Numeron network. And it happened a lot. Either that or in games 2 and 3, I would use the Roxy's effect and draw into, like, Pankratops or Mystic Mine, or There Can Be Only One. It just really depends on how you build the deck. I'm sure that there's ways that the deck could be optimized. It is very tight on the extra deck, as a lot of people have mentioned, but, it's just what it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.